In an ancient time, when a terrible evil threatens the land, only one man can save the world.
Say what? Get out of here.
What? What's the meaning of this?
Oh, we'll just take off that broken record.
I say.
Here, hold my earrings while I take this monster down. I've got your back, darling. We just might burn down this town. Oh no, oh yeah. When you're up against a challenge and you need a helping hand, we've got an arsenal of fireballs, steel stilettos, and a cat. Oh yeah.
Hi, my name is Al, and welcome to Here Hold My Earrings. Today we have Henrietta, Rebecca, Susan, Laura, Yvonne, and somewhat in spirit, Yoni. Henrietta?
Hi, I'm Henriette, and I'm from Norway. I play a Kalstar druid named Dalin.
Rebecca?
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm from Germany, and I play a human cleric named Orla.
Susan?
Hello, I'm Susan. I'm from America. I play a half-elven bard named Moxie.
Yvonne?
Hi, I'm Yvonne from Canada, and I play Cracker, a half-orc barbarian.
Laura?
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm also from Germany, and I'm playing Byleth, a dragonborn wizard.
And Yoni.
Hi, I'm Yoni. I'm from Belgium. I play a half-elf bard, and I am not on my deathbed right now. Wow. It was so
Well
smooth.
done. That was so smooth. And your name is Mira. Your character's name is Mira.
Yes.
Short for Miracle.
Yes.
Which is appropriate considering how you sound today. Very good. Rebecca, would you like to give us the recap?
Sure. So last week, we started off with Mira actually trapped in between Port Callis walls, and we wanted to get her out, so we investigated these like kind of in the room. We found some metal boxes with buttons. We investigated them, and when someone pressed one button, we've heard like this sound in the distance, and we saw this huge crane thing moving around. But at some point, so this first one says level 1, and this other one says level 2. And at some point, we discovered that the minus button, pressing it actually freed Mira. So that was great. We also still had one of these slimes kind of getting thrown around almost at the bottom of this room. But that was not a challenge for Cracker, who very quickly killed it. Then I think Cracker went into this kind of tunnel to investigate this further. And I just, in my notes, it says Cracker is thick, which I think means that Byleth cast Enlarge on Cracker just to kind of squeeze into this into the tunnel and get just a little bit stronger than normal. But then a ghost appeared, and well, it did also try to attack us, so we dealt with that. People kept pressing more buttons, and at one point, the phase was suddenly started humming and glowing, and sound said phase was activated. We successfully killed the ghost, but another one popped up. In the meantime, there was a map also on the table, which Byleth investigated, and then later kind of, I think, copied into her notebook. And yeah, we killed the next ghost. We found some bodies that Delin and Cracker investigated. They were Swervneblin with kind of one amulet having a symbol of a star, and the symbol was also on a ring. And then yeah, and one of these bodies had the throat cut. And then this ghost-like creature actually appeared again. And because Moxie had run off on her own back to where Mira had previously been trapped, this creature ghost actually pressed another button and trapped her there. So while we had to deal with this reappearing and disappearing ghost, we also had to try to figure out how to free Moxie again, which Orla eventually did. We managed to actually get rid of the ghost, but while doing this, we learned that fire didn't affect it as much. And later, when we were looking at these bodies, I think there was one where some ghost popped up and whistled, and then the shadow went back into its body, and suddenly its form solidified, and it looked like a young Swerveneblin, and it yelled "Mommy" and "Daddy," and then dissipated. And that's where we left off.
Very good. I hope nobody heard any background noise just now.
No.
No.
Okay. My my little friend is getting a bit spoiled, so he likes to howl when he's left alone for more than 60 seconds.
Guy.
Yeah,
You leave
it
him
sounds like we're
alone?
I know. It sounds like we're abusing
Dare
him,
you?
but he's just a really good actor, is what it is. So dramatic, really a drama queen. Good. Terrific. Well done. Yes, that was a great recap. Nice and succinct.
Mm.
Rebecca, Orla gets inspiration.
Merci beaucoup.
Okay. Who wants to do what? And Mira, stop licking the gelatinous cube acidic jelly remnants, or your voice is never going to get better.
Never.
It's
Oh,
so
very
It's good for
concerned.
tasty.
your. Not only is it good for your skin, but it tastes good too.
I mean, if it works so well on the outside, it must work great on the inside.
Right, exactly. Okay.
I think I want to call Moxie back.
I wanted to see what was on the other side of this.
Can
I
you
want to
just-
go all the way around.
You can. Can you just come back here and turn the try to turn off the phase res that you enabled? Kind of screws with our spells sometimes.
Hit the squiggly button.
Mhm.
The squiggly
I'm
one.
happy with being big.
The middle squiggly. I'm pretty sure that's which one it was.
Oh god.
Was
Okay.
was it pop? Oh, was it the
She's just
top?
running off on her own.
I'm going to go and try and
Never to be seen again.
push the squiggly button.
Suddenly, a surprise tidal wave suddenly just is unleashed, and Moxie gets washed off into the cavern. No!
Moxie, you know if you die, I can't revive you. Come back here.
But I found a door. There's another door over here.
Doors are
Yes,
bad.
there is another. Doors are bad. Books are
Doors
bad.
are not
doors are
bad.
bad.
I see the door.
Okay, don't touch the door and come back.
Does
She's
Moxie touch
unmoving.
the door?
Moxie wants to pick up the piece of the bridge that's like kind of laying there and poke at the door.
Okay.
I don't have a
before
good
we,
feeling.
She's not been very worldly, so she's like curious about almost anything, including doors. Where do doors go?
I'm sensing danger.
Danger, Will Robinson.
I'm not healing you.
Yes.
That might be the smartest bard.
He might be the only bard.
Yeah.
That's all right.
All right, so I'm not going to forget you, Susan. And if you think I do or did,
No,
just
you're
let
fine.
me know. What would everybody else like to do before Moxie pokes at the store? Which, of course, you guys don't necessarily know unless Moxie's shouting that she's going to poke at the store.
No.
Honestly, I would like to take a long rest soon, but
Okay,
you
you
know,
take a long
not
rest while
without.
Moxie pokes at the door.
That sounds great.
And then we just hear an explosion.
And then you go back to sleep. Probably nothing.
Mhm.
It's nothing. I think I wanna calm down Orla. Like it's gonna be fine. You're gonna get your revenge on Moxie.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna try
Um,
and push the squiggly button to turn off the phase res.
Okay. Let me get that up. Remind me which
Squiggle.
squiggly button it is.
Above the big black knob. The one next to the arrows, the middly one.
Moxie's not there. She can't see what's there.
No.
She can only describe it from memory.
Exactly.
Well,
Close
there-
your eyes,
That's what
Susan.
Close my eyes. All right.
Well, I can't see any other squiggly buttons, so I think I would have pushed that one.
There's quite a few squiggly buttons.
There
I
are?
love the word squiggly.
Then I
So
need
nice.
to take a
Get
screenshot.
glasses.
I do have glasses on. They don't help. Let's see.
I can see 2 squiggly buttons.
I see 1, 2, 3,
I
arguably
see.
4, 5 squiggly buttons, as well as
Yeah, me too.
several knobs. Yeah, there you go. Several knobs, a lot
So
of
not
things that look
pressing anything.
round.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be responsible. I'm responsible for enough things, I feel like.
You're just afraid of Orla's wrath if you press it.
That's also true, yes.
Oh, there's
I
Okay.
wasn't
squiggly
afraid of
buttons.
Orla's wrath. I kept pushing buttons.
I don't know. I would think since she said the squiggly button,
Mm-hmm.
and I see that one of them is lighting green, I would think that green's good. I'm gonna push that one. The one in the middle.
Can you remind me, Henrietta? Honestly, did Delin press any buttons so far?
Nope. That's why I'm gonna push the one that she didn't say. She just said the squiggly button, and if you see the squiggly button with the back arrow that's green, I would think that green's good, and I'm gonna push that one.
All right. Since you're a druid, I'm gonna say fine. Green's good.
Yeah, green's good.
I'll let that one go.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're pressing that button. Moxie's gonna be poking a door. Laura is finding. Is Laura Byleth is Byleth like walking around in a circle, following her tail like a little animal about to find a place to like nap?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like bump into everything because I'm so big.
Right. Exactly.
Like oof, oh, I didn't mean that.
And oh my god, now you can hear it. Oh god,
Just let him sit with you.
Ghosts.
I
It's the
can't.
ghosts.
He's out
It's
of
a dark
control. He
ghost.
literally, if he's tired, he doesn't want to be bothered. But if he's energetic, he will literally undo everything. Like he'll pull out cords, power lines. He undid all my shoelaces while I was sitting at the table. It was just unbelievable.
He's like that
Um,
goose from that Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he is.
Yeah. I love that game.
Mira is busy eating gelatinous cube jelly. Is that fair?
Yeah, I'm probably looking at Byleth like, hey, you should try this.
I'm too smart for this.
Yeah, you are. Okay. And what's Cracker doing?
I'm going to ready my great axe because that guy popped up a couple times and I'm still not totally convinced he's not coming back.
Yes, he's still around. He didn't actually get destroyed.
Yeah.
Good point. And Orla, what's Orla doing?
Well, I see Dylan move towards the machine. So I'm just going to have a look and see what she's gonna push and kind of give her a side eye to be like, yeah, be careful, and not like just like slam your door like your hand and do like a key smash. So I'm just looking at Dylan and looking at the machine.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like the two potential catalyst actions are Delin pressing a button and Moxie poking a door, right? Everybody else is kind of reactive and or sitting it out, essentially. Anybody disagree? Okay, cool. So let's have Moxie poke the door first.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. So, Susan, do you want to describe how Moxie's going to do it? I mean, I know you're picking up a board from a wooden bridge. That's a great idea. What are you doing specifically beyond that? Just
Kind of
literally
like
walking up and
no. Knowing that the other doors weren't so nice, I'm just gonna tentatively like scooch towards the door, arm outstretched with the wood in my hand, and kind of just poke at the door like it's some sleeping beast, and I'm not sure if it wants to eat me or not.
hmm. Hmm.
Poke, poke.
Poke, poke. The door doesn't have a reaction. Are you doing anything beyond poking it?
Maybe move a little closer and kind of poke it harder.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the door seems inert
Inert.
until you
Okay.
do something else besides poke it with a wooden board.
Ah. What do I have on me?
I'm not saying you should do anything different. This is
No,
potentially
I'm just thinking.
a red herring. I'm just telling you.
Mm-hmm.
You could poke. Crap. Sorry. You can poke it from any distance you want with a wooden board. It'll still have the same.
What if I because I do have a dagger on me.
Oh
That's
my
about
god.
all I was allowed to carry. Just kind of tap it with the hilt, not the metal end, not the sharp pointy end.
Okay.
Kind of knock on the door with the handle of the dagger.
No, nothing changes.
All right. I'm gonna do this anyway. I'm gonna rap on it with one knuckle.
Okay, hang on. I gotta do something with this guy. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet.
The door continues to stay inert.
So after this, should we try and take a long rest, maybe?
Yeah. Did
Uh,
anybody magic check the bottom door where I am? I
No,
can't remember.
no.
No.
Okay. I know I asked. I'm not meta. I'm not meta gaming.
No, no, but I think
You
that
asked
we
you asked me, but we were in the middle of a fight and I couldn't do a
Oh, yeah.
ritual.
Okay.
but we can after this.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
It's okay.
Okay. Sorry. What are you guys
was-
doing then?
He was trying to figure out how deviously to like disfigure my hand.
Sorry, the what?
Nothing. Continue.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, so the door seems inert. Nothing else is happening unless you want to try to open the door, or it's a door
Yeah.
handle. It's a turning handle, not the U handle that you saw on the other one, on the security door from the guard room.
So it's like a doorknob.
It's not a doorknob. It turns. So it's the other one was just a fixed U handle. You know, this one does turn, but it's not a knob. It's an actual handle.
Okay. Well, just for giggles, I'm just gonna open the bloody door.
Okay, you're going to open the door. Before we do that, Henrietta, Dylan is going to press the little button.
Mhm.
The power, the electricity shoots throughout. You can hear the humming. Those of you who can look out through one of the murder holes can see this. It's literally a vertical wave of some electricity or light surging across all of the mineralized phase rest faces. It's bright enough that those of you who don't actually see it can see the shimmer of light as it travels in a clockwise fashion around the cavernous area.
Shiny lights.
Shiny lights,
Yeah.
and there's also sort of a crackling sound as well.
I actually forgot that I had an idea when we ended our last session, and I forgot about it. So if we have time, if Moxie doesn't die, I'm going to do that next.
Okay. Do you? Okay. All right. So Moxie, you're going to open the. Is anybody else doing anything else besides that? Those of you all saw the shimmer, or at least a reflection of the light. Is there anything else you guys want to do? The rest of you?
I'm gonna tell the little don't press the button again.
Right. You got lucky.
Can I start ritual casting detect magic?
Okay. Yep. Fair enough. Ritual casting detect magic 10 minutes. That'll be a while. Okay. Anybody else want to do anything else? Okay. So let's see. Moxie's going to open the door. It pulls open. It's a little bit stuck, but with a couple of hard pulls, it does pop open and reveals another room. Inside the room, there are additional control panels. Apologies, my Roll20 seems to be a little bit. There you go. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
There are no
Interesting.
bodies in here, which is a little unusual for some of this. But otherwise, control panels are there, and it's in the same sort of general state of decay and disrepair as all the other rooms you've seen so far.
Mm-hmm. Upon inspecting the room, do I find anything unusual? Anything?
It'll take
Other-
how detailed do you want this inspection to be?
I mean, I want to look at everything.
Mm-hmm. So it'll take a while. It's not like a 6-second thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else want to do anything?
Well, I knew that Moxie apparently is not with us. So I'm just gonna shout for her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Moxie, where are you?
Here, girl. Here, girl. Sorry.
Can
Spending
she
too
hear
much
me?
time with this stupid dog. Yeah. I mean, depends on how loud you want to be. If you're just sort of whispering it, then maybe not. But there
I'm
are.
not whispering, but I'm also not trying to get the ceiling to come down.
Right. I mean, Moxie, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception. 12.
Mhm. I think there's a lot of distractions going on. The phase rest going off and on has like a bit of a sound. There's some echoing in the caverns. If you're just sort of saying it like in a room, like standard voice level, then maybe she won't hear you. If you're yelling it a little bit higher than voice level, she might hear you.
Okay, if I don't get a reply, I'm gonna yell it a bit louder.
So you'll just keep increasing the volume until you get a response. Okay. So at some point, Moxie can hear you. Does Moxie actually respond, or does she just sort of ignore Orla?
She's ignoring Orla because she's too intent on figuring out what's going on around the room and seeing if she can find anything.
There you go.
In that case, I'd like to point at, kind of ask for Cracker to help accompany me find our potentially dead friend.
Okay, good.
Because I
I
don't know
love how
that
she
she's
put that.
investigating.
Yeah.
She's not responding. She could.
She
I
could
don't know
be
where
dead.
she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cracker, please.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, we'll go out this door
Yeah.
then. I just wanted that bottom door open so we can get in and
Ah.
out.
Yeah, so let's use the buddy system and like just the two of us together and not like on our own.
Sounds good.
Remember, don't talk to strangers.
Do you know where she went? Did she cross the bridge?
I don't know.
Susan, the experienced D&D player, committing the primary sin of splitting the party.
Yep.
That's why I said if
Okay.
we get split up, we meet in the middle room. I said
Okay.
that last time.
You did.
Um,
Yes, you did.
yeah, let's look at the crane. Maybe she found that interesting.
Yeah. And Byleth is still snoozing. Mira is
yeah.
still ritually casting. Okay.
Trying
Yeah.
to snooze at least.
Can you please keep it down? All right. Delin, you are did you want to do something else, Henrietta? You said you had another thing in mind.
Yeah, I am going to go outside, and is the ghost still coming over the bridge?
Yep.
And yeah, I'm going to try and poke him with my spear to get him out of the loop again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you want an attack roll or?
Only in the sense that I need the damage number. Eventually you'll get him.
Yeah, but I'm trying not to hurt him too much. I'm not trying to kill him. So,
I understand, but I
yeah.
mean there's no real way to. Okay.
So
Is that right?
yeah, I just
-1?
yeah, I got 8 strength.
Okay, but it's not a. Yes, it's a spear, but it doesn't do an extra damage to your attacks. Damage to your attacks. Okay. Yes, he sort of shakes out of it briefly and stops, and he looks at you, blinking with his weird, googly eyes in his ghostly glasses.
I'm gonna do a mind link, and I'm gonna say, we found a lot of buttons. Can you help us with that? We're trying to shut down the thing that you want us to shut down, but we don't know what to push. Can you help us?
He looks at you and blinks again, and he looks around as if he doesn't understand where he is. What? Who are you? What are you doing here?
We are travel adventurers, and we have been told to come down and shut down the phase rest.
You can't shut down the phase rest.
Why?
We need that for protection. It's
Wait.
the only thing that stops all the magical incursions.
Okay. And we have also heard that it's a lot of ghosts here, and we're trying to figure that out. Do you know anything about
And he
that?
looks at you and goes, and then he looks around very carefully over both shoulders. Ghosts? What ghosts? Who said anything about ghosts? Are there ghosts here?
We just heard that. We haven't seen anyone yet.
Oh my gosh, I'm terrified of ghosts.
So the phase rest has to be on to protect this place, right?
Well, technically the phase rest engine works on this magical weave hypothesis that we've been developing over the last century or so, where we energize the phase, and then he just goes on this technical thing about, hyperboles and
I'm just nodding
ultimately,
and smiling.
Yep, it's like roll a Constitution saving throw for not passing out.
Crickets.
Every lecture in university ever. Uh, you eventually kind of start dozing off, at which point he gets to the point finally. But really, what I'm trying to say is you need to find, we think the solution is to find a perfect, pure chunk of Phasrus. It's the impurities that we've been mining so far that are causing the dislocation in the way the magical weave is being applied in defense of the city.
Okay. Where
We
should
do turn it off when we're doing the mining,
uh-huh.
and that's in conjunction with operating the cranes and the claws that we use to break off the Phasrus chunks.
Where is this machine? How do we get to it?
Oh, well, we've got quite a few of these high capacity cranes and claws. They're really quite cleverly engineered, and then it just drones on and on. Total horsepower to weight ratio is extremely high, much better than usual, because we've been able to magically reinforce the typical Zerkwood and titanium methodology that we use normally for cranes.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah. Very interesting. But if we find this pure Phasrus, where do we put it? Where is the?
Well, in the engine.
Yeah, where is the engine? What level? Where do we go to get to the engine?
Oh, well, the engine's on level 2.
Oh. Can you be more specific? Where on level 2?
And he looks around and sort of points approximately between your feet at the ground.
Straight.
Somewhere down there.
Okay, so straight down.
Well, no, not. It's kind of behind you, but in that direction.
Okay. Huh.
But you'll need to find the walkways to get down there. I have heard of a couple of daring friends that I must say were a bit crazy. They actually swung down to level 2 using the cranes. Boy, I tell you, those guys. But I wouldn't do it.
Do you know which way to take down to level 2? Which walkways?
Well, there's the main one, which is to go through the primary security station, and he points behind you,
Uh-huh.
and then go past the temple and use the double doors there. There are a couple of service stairwells as well, but and this is the clever bit, they're pretty heavily trapped. We use those as decoys in case we ever get overrun.
Ah. Nice to know. In this security room, there are a lot of consoles. Do you know what the buttons do?
Of course, I designed most of them.
Oh, could you please come in with me and show us and tell us?
Well, I mean, sure. Are you really interested? Wow, this is
Yeah,
I don't think anybody's ever
absolutely.
asked me before. Wow, this is great. Okay. Sure, yeah. I mean, it took us quite a long time because one of the problems we had was trying to find a way to wire everything properly so that we didn't have a time delay on the signal. And then
Uh-huh.
as he walks in, he sees the dead corpses of the various Sverfnebelin and goes, oh,
Okay. Bye. We need to clean up here if we're going to get any help from Ian. Okay, but
you're doing so well.
yeah.
Hey, don't look at me. I don't feel like cleaning up bodies.
I would think that the cubes would have consumed a lot of them, but they weren't that hungry, probably. But I did get a way down to the engine. When I started to talk to him, I totally forgot what we were supposed to do. So, but I did remember that it had something to do with the engine. and he told us that we needed a perfect pure phase rest. And we needed to put it in the engine that is on level 2. And he also told us that we needed to go through the temple and the double doors there. There were also some service walk paths, but they were heavily trapped. And well, with our history with traps, I think that we should take the main walk path. To be honest. So, did get some clues, and I think that if I keep poking him, he will die. I think I will.
Can he die though?
Well, he will die.
Die.
Yeah.
Isn't he dead already?
I think I can kind of.
Maybe he's dead.
Yeah. I think that if we kill the ghost, we wipe him out completely, and he won't come back.
Hmm.
I'm afraid.
I mean, the screaming is getting pretty annoying.
Yeah. True.
That's true. It's interrupting my beauty sleep. I just want to sleep.
You should put on some more ointment, some more jelly for your beauty.
Well, you've eaten all. I don't know. There's nothing left.
I'm licking it off the ground.
Yeah, you should stop.
I
Your
mean,
voice
look at
not good for singing and stuff. Aren't you a bard?
Good point, but I think I sound rather sexy right now.
Well, all right. I'll leave you to it.
Mira just goes back to licking.
I'm gonna start cleaning up the bodies and drag them
Okay.
into
I'm helping.
I'll guess this corner.
I'm
or
watching.
something.
As you clean up the bodies, you realize that there is the reason you suspect the reason why the bodies are here, whereas they weren't really out there, is because the cubes maybe are relatively new to the region
Mm.
because they've been drawn like all the other jellies and oozes
By the mole.
by whatever it is that's drawing them. But
Mhm.
that's a relatively recent phenomena as opposed to these bodies that have been here for over a century.
Okay. Yeah, because we knew that cubes kind of clean up the place. That's why
Yeah.
Tarl Val hired the other cube. Now I can't remember his name.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna start and clean up in case we need to get the ghost inside and help us with the buttons.
Okay. Let's see. I'll say that Moxie can probably take like a good. I think Moxie and Mira should take 10 minutes each to do what they're doing, like a careful assessment of their area. So in the meantime, if anybody else wants to finish up whatever they were doing, Violet catching a couple of Z's, Cracker, Orla checking out the crane.
I mean, if I didn't see Moxie here, I'd probably yell for her again.
Well, she's obviously engrossed in examining the room carefully. So unless she decides she wants to break silence, at which point Susan can tell us anytime she wants to.
I'm gonna check the rope. I'm just curious because all the other ropes were kind of crappy, except for that nice thin one.
Oh, the one that you picked up in the security station?
Yeah. How's this
Mhm.
one look?
Yeah, I think you guys did an assessment before, didn't you?
Yeah.
It looks in good shape. It's obviously very lightweight, strong material. It feels very fine. It feels like, I guess Cracker, despite being a barbarian, would know what silk feels like. So she might not know it's silk, but it's definitely a very fine, very, strong and lightweight material. And generally, it looks like it's in very good shape.
It's gonna keep walking around. I don't think she went too far.
Okay.
Could I see her through the hole?
If you want to look through the hole.
Okay, I'm looking through the hole.
Okay. as you look through the hole, you see Moxie sort of wandering back and forth through the room, obviously checking under the furniture, looking at the walls, checking out panels.
She's in here. I don't know what she's doing, but she's just wandering around.
Maybe, I mean, we could first let her do what she's doing, but maybe give like some protection in case of like another one of those like ghosts pops up. And maybe
hear
make
him
sure she
bugger.
doesn't push any buttons.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you're on Ghost
But
Watch, I am on
buttons.
Moxie Watch, and Button
Okay.
Watch.
Sounds good. Maybe I'll just stay right here at the door.
Should we like scare her?
Maybe.
That's so mean. Jump scare.
Those are the best kind.
Sounds
mean,
like she
I
wants to
kinda
be jump
sound
scared.
like
I
the
mean,
ghost right now, so maybe I can do some creepy things.
I think Mira's too busy casting her ritual
Yeah.
to be thinking about doing anything else or even hearing this conversation.
Yeah,
is the door
sorry.
open?
The door is open unless Moxie closed it. Did Moxie close it?
No.
Okay. Door's open.
Okay. I'm gonna like just walk in and just silently like look at her. So I'm not
Are you
interrupting her like investigation. I'm just waiting for her to
are
be
you
done.
being are you being a bit judgy about it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tapping your
Until
foot.
she notices I'm intently
And-
staring at more buttons.
Yeah, I'm ready to jump in. So like in case I see a finger reach toward like a big red button or something.
Right. Okay. So
I'm
yeah, sorry, yeah, go ahead, Susan.
I'm assuming these panels look identical to the ones that I was looking at earlier.
I was just about to address that actually. Obviously,
Okay.
I use the same graphic, but they're not. These
Okay.
are quite different. These are primarily just a knob with arrows in various directions, and then another thing that looks like the hilt of a sword, but it's going down into the panel. And as you look at it, the hilt of the sword seems to have buttons or things that can be pressed on them.
Almost like a joystick or a controller.
What's a joystick or controller?
Who knows? Something that can move something else. Um,
And would Moxie, a fantasy medieval half-elven
No.
bard, know what this is? No, I
No.
think not. Yeah. Yeah.
She's a gamer.
Okay.
I mean a joystick, a stick that brings joy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Isn't Mira busy ritual casting?
This is Yoni just jumping in for a second.
Okay. Yoni, it's Mira's turn. You're done with the ritual casting.
I see anything.
You mean magical? Or
Yeah.
just in general? You see panels and chairs and tables and
The ritual casting.
right. Well, Byleth is glowing. Little bits of Byleth are glowing.
Mhm.
I'm just going to say, Byleth, you're absolutely glowing right now. It must be the time.
Oh, thanks, Queen. So nice of you.
Do I see anything else?
In this room, the map on the table is glowing. It's glowing
And-
with white divination magic.
I tell Byleth that. Like, hey, there's white divination magic on this map. Whatever that means.
Well. Huh.
Hopefully her gigantic Labrador-like tail doesn't accidentally knock something over.
Mm. I mean, I don't quite get what could be magical about it, but does it like change anything, or is it like? I mean, it's a steady image, right?
So Yoni, if you wouldn't mind just posting detect magic again. I'm pretty sure basically only the caster can see what's going on. It doesn't
Yeah, I
just
mean,
light it.
I thought that maybe like because the map is magical, it like slowly changes or something.
Oh, I see.
Like the map itself.
Mhm.
Because I mean, I drew it and I don't know.
Mhm.
I didn't see any magical about it earlier.
Yeah, so when you were drawing it, you were just drawing it into a book, right?
Mhm.
So whilst you were drawing it, nothing happened.
Hmm.
It just looked like an inert map that just has rooms and passageways and things.
Hmm. All right.
And this is why we need a
Uh,
girl.
True.
Okay, Moxie, you've seen these weird things sticking out of these control panels. Uh, does Moxie want to Susan, does Moxie want to do anything additionally? There also seem to be a number of uh, mostly decayed bits of equipment, sort of similar to the setup in the first room, but not the same kind of equipment. This is not like rope harnesses and things. This is more like what appear to be very heavy duty for gnome-sized gloves, what appear to be masks that cover the entire face but have some darkened semi see-through material where the eyes would be, heavy boots. Most of the material, even suits in some cases, like full body suits, most of the material is not in usable shape, and obviously it's too small for any of your party.
Mm-hmm.
But they're either hanging up on pegs or they're sitting on little shelves in a row or underneath the shelves on the floor if they're boots,
Mm-hmm.
as well as some crowbars and picks
Crowbars and picks.
and hammers.
Okay.
But the handles are all, warped, right?
Mhm.
If they're made of things like the crowbars are all metal, the
Mhm.
hammers have metal heads, and those are
Mhm.
generally intact, if a little bit rusty, maybe.
Okay.
But it's not a very high moisture content area, so
Mm-hmm. Now, seeing all this stuff lying around and knowing where we are and having kind of, with everything else going on, figured out exactly what those little outfits were for, deduced that the stuff in front of me works the crane outside.
sounded like a statement.
Yeah, that's what she's thinking, that it would work the crane outside, thinking that these are little miners' clothes and that possibly this works the crane outside. Not knowing that when she hit a button before that it did the same thing. So we'll go for the handle.
Okay.
Okay, I'll hold of it and see what happens.
Okay. So you grab the handle. What do you do with it exactly?
Um, well, how many buttons are on it?
On the handle itself,
Yeah.
there seems to be one thing that sticks out at the top,
Mm-hmm.
and then there are two very large ones along the length of the handle before it changes shape into a metal, thinner diameter shaft that disappears into the metal box.
Is it like just sitting straight up or is it pointed at a specific angle?
It juts out of the box. The box itself is not exactly a flat perpendicular surface to the ground. It's an angled surface to the ground, but
Okay.
but the metal handle is perpendicular to the angle of the face of the box.
Got it. All right. She's gonna push it forward just to see if anything happens.
Can
Okay.
I ready Sacred Flame?
Yes, you can. Yeah. And what's the catalyst for readying Sacred Flame? Like, what are you going to do with it?
If anything
You,
pops up in this room, I'm gonna attack it.
okay. Yes. Okay. Before we do that, we want to go back to Delin and Cracker. Anything else you guys want to do?
Well, I'm just standing here, looking around. That's about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
And Yon.
Sorry.
Sorry, Henrietta. No,
I'm
you go ahead.
I'm just gonna ask Mira if she can check out the door. I noticed that she's finished casting Detect Magic.
Okay.
Just check out the
Yes,
door.
I was going to ask. I was going to ask to do that too. It's within range of where I'm standing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do I
This door
see any
here.
magic?
So
any
move your
magic around
token
the
down
door?
to move your token around to wherever you're going.
Oh.
It's okay. We're not in
Sorry,
combat. You don't have to worry about distance, really. Okay. Now in this room, the door is not glowing, but this body is glowing.
Oh.
There's something glowing on the body. Sorry.
Can I move closer to see what exactly is glowing?
Yes, there is a locket around the skeleton's neck.
And can I see what kind of magic is related to the locket?
Enchantment.
I am going to take the locket.
Okay. Yeah, that's always a good thing to do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it sounds like we should all roll initiative then.
Oh. Oh, come on.
What do you mean? Oh, come on! You're stealing from a ghost's body. I mean, sorry, I got to redo that. Apologies. Oh, Rebecca. All right, go. Everybody who already rolled earlier, please re-roll. So Moxie gets a 5, and Orla gets a 3. Violet gets 12. Mira gets 20. Dylan gets the 18. Ewan Cracker gets 3. Okay. Good. And then Yoni, why don't you give us another roll?
What kind of roll?
So a D20. Just another initiative roll. Thanks. Perfect. Okay. We're going to say Byleth goes first. Okay. As you reach for the locket, and you take it off the body, your friend reappears and immediately starts getting very agitated. Mira, it makes sense that you're going first, actually, since you're the one sort of initiating things. Similarly, as Moxie is reaching for the handle, something pops out as well. See how that all worked out in terms of timing.
Bards in tandem with one another, even on opposite sides of stone walls.
Yeah.
It's great.
Exactly. So I'll let Orla go first because she had a prepared action, ready to action. It's a little confusing the way they do it, so I'm a little confused myself today. So we're just going to let her do this one. Sacred
Okay.
Flame. You can still
Yes.
choose to set it off. You don't have to. It's up to you.
Oh, I'm
Just
setting
clear.
it off.
Okay, cool. All right. You want to roll the dexterity save for our friend there?
Oh.
Yeah, well, it basically does like a hip swerve and then just sort of sidesteps it. You hear an angry whistling sound. Now we'll start with Mira. Mira, why don't you go first?
Do I have the locket in my hand?
Yes, it's in your hand.
Okay, I'm just going. Instead of fighting, I'm going to try to talk to the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting them, and maybe that's not the best way to do this. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to raise my hand to be like, "Hey, now, maybe we can talk about this."
Okay. You go ahead and is it a persuasion check?
Sure. I can still hear the ghost, so it's hard to hear you.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
You can also turn it down on Discord.
I'm just going to let it run out. Okay. Yeah. So a ghostly hand reaches out for you, but it's got its palm up.
The amulet too, the ghost.
I don't know. I'm just
Well,
here to,
I
make
am
sure you
going
guys
to
don't.
reach out my
Mhm.
hand and dangle the amulet above the hand to see if it does anything.
Like teasing it.
Yeah, just see if it reacts.
All right. Well, that's your free item interaction. We'll come back to that in a moment.
Okay.
Delin,
Hmm.
you're watching this whole thing.
Yeah.
How does Delin feel about this?
I want to kill it, but does it look like the same ghost that yelled "Mommy, Daddy" last session, or is it a new one?
I mean, they're kind of amorphous, ephemeral. It didn't really look like a whole lot other than what you see on screen. So
Okay. So there wasn't any difference. The last one, when it came kind of solid, it looked like a kid. So this does not look like that. It's just
well, when it became kind of solid, it looked like a kid, but when it wasn't solid, it was kind of just a shadowy gray,
blob.
semi-transparent. Yeah, I mean, most of these things are different variations of something similar. The only thing that you've seen that's obviously undead, that looks specifically different, is the engineer.
Mm-hmm. I am going to ready produce flame to hit it if it attacks either me or if it attacks any of us. I'm going to let it go.
Okay. All right. Cool. Violet.
Am I still that big? Yes, right?
Yes.
Huh.
It's only been like sort of 10, 11 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
And so I've heard what's going on, that there's like a ghost and stuff, but of course I can't see anything. So do I fit in here? Like here? Something?
Yeah, you can squeeze into something that's one size too big or too small for you.
Mhm.
You'll be fighting it with disadvantage.
All right. Because I see everyone holding their actions, or at least Henrietta does it. I also want to cast.
And you can see this thing as well.
Yeah, I can see that. So, but it's like kind of on hold the whole interaction, I feel like. So I also want to ready an action and wait until this thing attacks, and if it attacks anyone, I want to cast Chromatic Orb with fire. Oh wait.
Okay. Again, just as a reminder, if your catalyst does not occur, the spell does not go off, but you still lose the spell slot. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay, so
Would I
these two
do it
things.
again because of disadvantage? Yeah, right.
Yes. Sorry.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Oh. Yeah. Ungainly. Okay. So actually, do you know what? Do you guys mind if we just take our 5-minute break now?
Sounds
That
good.
would be great.
No.
Okay. Thanks. Hi. We hope you're enjoying this episode, and if so, please like and subscribe. And remember, the next time your DM says "Roll initiative," yell back.
Here.
Here, hold my earrings.
Here, hold my earrings.
This is good. I think we only need this take.
All right, we're all back. Yes. So, first of all, the one that is interacting with Mira, it reaches out for the locket and tries to take it.
React?
Sorry?
Can I react?
Yeah, I mean, it's either going to be contested or you'll just let it win.
I'll let it win.
Okay, so it takes it and it becomes the image of a ghostly young girl again. And she puts it around her neck and it hovers there. And points a finger at Mira. And then points a finger at this dead body here on the console.
It's not my turn, so can I go to the body or do I wait for my turn?
I think, if you wanted to say something, I'll let you do it, but you can wait until it's your turn. The other two of you, Delin and Byleth, you had something prepared, but I guess this isn't an attack, so if you want to use it, you can. Okay.
I do want
So,
to lock it, but
l-
I'm not
Challenge.
that evil.
I think
Is
you
that
guys have already
shade?
taken a couple of lockets. Yeah, somebody else already took a locket. Byleth, your spell slot is consumed. Well, it won't be consumed until the start of your next turn, but if this was the catalyst and nothing else happens, it will be consumed.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Now, Orla, you were definitely attacking it, right? Is my understanding. Okay.
It
And you
looks
failed.
creepy.
It is creepy. And
Mhm.
and you failed well, it made its dex saving throw is what I should say. It floats past Orla and reaches out to Moxie. Why don't we have you roll it, Rebecca?
Okay, what do I roll?
Just a d20.
Okay. 5.
Mm-hmm. What is Moxie's armor class?
Armor class 12.
Okay. So it reaches through Moxie. It doesn't get to connect, but Moxie feels a temporary chill that she swears has turned 3 of her hairs white.
And in shock, I guess my hand's going to release the control handle or whatever it was that I was holding
Okay.
and turn and look at this. I'm assuming it's still standing there.
Standing is not the right
Or
word. It's
floating.
basically floating, yeah.
Its existence is still right there next to me.
Yes, it's uncomfortably close. It's very small, so it's hard to say it's super intimidating, but if you don't like the look of something that's gray, that vaguely not there, and feels so cold that you can feel it from where you are, then yeah, it's definitely intimidating.
Gotcha. What if I like tentatively reach out to touch it? Orla's like
Yeah.
seething in the background.
Yes.
Moxie, why?
It's like sacred flame on Moxie. Okay, so you're gonna reach out and touch it? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But you're not trying to do any damage to it. You're not attacking it,
No.
obviously.
No.
As you reach out and touch it, your hand goes through it, and you watch as your skin on your hand, on the back of your hand, literally starts to crackle and looks like it's aging. It feels so cold, but it's not physical cold, it's in your bones.
Like an unnatural.
Yeah, like this is like you're dying. You feel like your hand is literally dying.
Oh, fun.
It's like
Well,
going numb, but in a really uncomfortable, super uncomfortable way.
Numb and in pain, almost as if it's frostbitten.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, frostbitten would be a good analogy if you had experiences with frostbite.
Well,
Anything else for? Yep. Mm-hmm.
other than screaming and like gripping my hand and kind of like falling to the ground, I'm assuming that I'm
Mm.
not doing anything else because my hand hurts too much.
Okay. Orla.
When the creature went for Moxie, did it look like it was trying to hurt her or attack her? I mean, aside from like obviously what happened when she touched it, because that was her own damn fault. But like before, when it like went for her,
Told you, Orla's seething in the corner.
did it look like it was like now ready to like hurt her for whatever she did, like attack?
I mean, I feel like that's an insight roll, but it also might be like your full action.
Because I mean, I know it could have hurt me and it just went past me. So I think I want to. I mean, earlier I thought maybe it's evil, but it didn't actually hurt me. And I'm not sure if it was trying to hurt Moxie or just trying to keep her from like touching the thing. Maybe it was just trying to like poke her and be like. So maybe can I'd like an inside roll.
Okay. Now, before you roll, just to be clear, is there anything that you're looking for specifically, or anything you're doing specifically?
Just I mean, if it's trying to attack her, maybe I can see if it did it like try to go like I guess it like kind of reached out to it. Did it try to go through like her to her what's like maybe her hands or something? Maybe that would have like pushed away her hands so she doesn't touch anything, or did it try to like go for any like vital parts of her body, like for example her heart or her neck or something?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Excellent. Okay, go ahead and let's have an insight check. Well done. That was a good description.
Mm, It's a 19.
It was definitely reaching for Moxie's hand and the lever or bit of machinery that's jutting out from the console.
Okay. Can I just? I mean, I know I can't say anything, right, to Cracker or to Moxie, because that was my action.
I mean, like a one-word thing or two
Okay.
words.
No attack.
Okay, fair enough. And this is where Cracker rages.
Not yet. Okay, so I hear all this going on. I hear Moxie screaming. I
Yes.
hear Orla say no attack.
Yeah.
And but I
After
am
she
gonna
already
come
set
in
off a
here.
sacred flame.
Yeah, I gotta come in here and
Which-
stand right here,
Okay, all right.
and I'm gonna ready my great axe. and my potential rage.
Okay. Do you want to move a little closer? Because if this thing does attack, you're not close enough to actually attack it as a result of using a great axe.
Okay, I'm just wondering if my readying an action would be too threatening.
Could be. Certainly is provocative.
Yeah. Well, it's too bad. That's what I do. So I
It's
stand
what you
here
do.
and I'm ready my great axe.
Okay.
You could just make it look like you're cleaning it.
Yeah, I'm using it for
Yeah,
weights.
that's not threatening at all. Just
Look
pulling
at
out
this
a knife
bicep.
and casually cleaning a sharpened weapon in front of somebody while you're discussing something with them. And just to be clear, is Cracker, what's the catalyst there, Yvonne?
The catalyst is if the wraith or ghost attacks anyone that
Okay.
I perceive to be an attack.
Ooh, that sounds a bit conditional. What?
Well, if it lunges at anyone or like purposefully goes for somebody's body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Mira. You've handed over the locket. You've decided not to steal like somebody else. Maybe.
So the girl's pointing to the body on the panel, right?
Yes, it's on the table like metal structure with all the buttons.
So I go over to the body and I inspect it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like some of the other bodies you've seen that have some technical clothes on them. You know, like there's almost like a sort of a semi-uniform of the people who seem to be running around, especially the engineer ghost who keeps killing himself or disappearing. The one thing that you do notice is that he is pointing at the big red button. His arm is stretched out. It's almost as if he's trying to reach for the big red button. And he's got 4 of these smaller crossbow quarrels that you've seen on the various larger skeletons, like the medium-sized skeletons. He's got 4 of them protruding from his back.
Okay, I look at the girl, the ghost. I point at the red button and give her a questioning look, like I raise my eyebrows.
Yeah, okay. She will slowly nod her head forward as if agreeing with you.
Is it a free item interaction if I push the button?
Sure, I'll let you do it. It seems like you got a lot done this turn, but okay.
I'll push the button.
Okay. As you push the button, there's a large sound that goes off through the whole cavern. This is different from some of the other sounds you've heard so far. Most of the other ones have been either energy being unleashed or the grinding of gears, rusted solid gears. This one sounds, initially it sounds like just hammering, but as you listen closely, especially as a bard with your musical background, you can tell that this is actually a kind of music. And it's just like bing, bang, bing, bang, bing, bang, but it's quite rhythmic. And you feel as if it's almost the kind of music that somebody would use for either maybe a ritual of some kind, or maybe it's the kind of music somebody might listen to if they were doing some kind of military exercise or manual labor to help them keep time.
Interesting. End of my turn.
Okay. So just remember, all of these things are taken within the context of your particular character's background.
Yeah, I think I've already done a lot during this session, so during this turn, so maybe communicating with the others is maybe too much for one turn.
Absolutely. You can't do that now. Okay, so Delin, thank you very much, though, Yoni, for being cognizant of it. Henrietta, what does Delin want to do? There is still that locket, though.
There is. Magic item. Salute. It's been a while.
Does it have a pearl?
Yeah, maybe there's a pearl inside the locket. Never know. I don't think there's much I can do. I watched the interaction between Mira and the ghost and saw what she did.
Mhm.
And I have no idea what this sound does. Does it look like the ghost is
Yes.
happy?
Ah.
Does that
Well, the ghost tilts its head backward because now it looks more like a young girl. It's tilting its head backwards and almost upward. And it clasps its ghostly little hands together in front of it with the locket in it.
I am going to do a mind link with the ghost.
Mm.
And let's see. There's mind link. And just ask, what are you doing? Are you praying to Smooth Hand?
Very good. Do you have inspiration currently?
Yeah.
All right. The image that comes back is that of I don't know what they've done with. There's this weird thing now. I press this button, and suddenly it doesn't do what it used to do. It just sort of. And you see this image of a statue. One sec. Can you all see that?
Yes.
It is a Sverfnebelin, or it's actually not the same coloration of a Sverfnebelin, but it looks like a Sverfnebelin. It is obviously a statue made of stone. It has two glittering diamond eyes and a very large reddish gem that it's holding.
I'm just gonna smile and nod, and that's my turn.
Okay. Awesome. Well done.
All right. um, I mean, I see like what's going on there and that they're like talking, and I mean, I also know the music, so but
I'm not sure that
there's
everybody else would know that it's music.
the
The
sound.
bards, yeah, the bards would definitely know it's music because they would be aware of that kind of rhythm. The rest of you might not realize it's music.
Mhm.
It could sound like an
Mm.
alarm to you, or just like somebody working, almost like being in a smithy, right, where the blacksmith is hammering away, sort of on a regular interval, working on a piece of steel,
Mm.
which
Mm.
for a wizard would probably be the closest example of what they would be accustomed to.
Mhm. Um. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't want to go into this room and squeeze everyone to the sides, and I feel like they have like things to do. So I'm still interested in this divination map, because I'm a divination wizard, you know, and so I go back there and um, I try to touch it, and maybe I mean, I don't know, maybe it's like an indication of traps or something, and I have this I mean, I drew it and it's like 86%, but maybe if I like touch it and investigate it a bit further, I can get a better understanding and even like get the percentage a bit higher.
Okay. Can you describe how you're investigating it? Like what is Byleth physically doing or thinking of?
Well, I want to like touch the some parts, maybe if something reveals itself, but I'm also looking for details, especially because like I I got the all-around look of it, but if there are traps, then I would have probably not seen them yet. Maybe there's like little things drawn in that are like different from the normal drawings that might indicate traps.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation.
17.
All right. Your very careful review leads you to the realization that whilst you were paying close attention while you were drawing the outline, you didn't look underneath the table. And there are 3 buttons underneath the table in front of each of the 4 chairs.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
The buttons all look exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
They're just sort of left to right. 1, 2, 3, left to right.
All right.
You can press one if you want. Nothing bad ever happened as a result of that.
No.
Let's see. We got half the party in this room, and half the party's in this room.
I just want to yell, hey, I found some buttons, some more buttons. That's all right.
Orla's like sweating.
Yeah, she's
She's like,
materializes in front of you, just throw herself in front of you.
It's like having to look after like 3 nephews and nieces, all of whom want to touch everything, and they're just but you've only got 1 pair of eyes and 1 set of hands to keep all 3 of them out of trouble.
It's like take your kids to work day at the nuclear reactor.
Very Homer Simpson, like, exactly.
I'll push the button.
Do the buttons look like they're like kind of interacting with the map or like aligning with some parts of the map, or are they just there not like doing anything from the map?
I'm not sure I understand what you mean by interacting with the map. They're under the table. The map itself is affixed to the table. It's definitely part of the table.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if I look under there and over there, do some points, for example, like the button is like under the table and it's like exactly over it, like on the table, some part of the map that is like special.
Right. No. So the way it works is the buttons are just in front of the chairs.
Mhm.
And the chairs are fixed to the ground, but they swivel.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So the buttons are obviously meant to be 1 set for each person sitting in a chair.
Mm-hmm. So on the
And they're on the edge of the table. They're like at the edge
so
of the
they
table, and the map is in the
nothing
middle of the
really.
table.
Uh-huh. All right. That's it. for
Okay.
me.
All right. Well, this one is going to slowly float out, and it'll pass through the wall, and the locket will go through the murder hole and will disappear. But it traveled in this direction for Delin and Mira, who were in the room to see it. Now, this one is standing next to Moxie and not facing Orla and Cracker. And it just sort of seems to be waiting expectantly. It'll be Moxie's turn.
Oh no.
Well, learning her lesson not to touch it. First thing she's going to do is inspect her hand that she attempted to touch it with, but instead decided it was going to like get frozen almost.
Your fingernails are black.
and having grown up where she did, she understands what that means and is just
Yep, they're falling out.
Mhm. And
Man,
so
Moxie's had a rough time. She's lost her shadows, lost 5 fingernails.
I mean, lucky for her, it was her left hand, not her right. I mean, but looks up at the being thing in front of her, kind of curiously, like she knows it's just standing there waiting, but as if
Mhm.
she's wondering if it wants to do something or doesn't want to do something, but she can't like say it because she doesn't understand if it like actually can understand her.
Mhm.
But kind of looks at it, looks at the panel, looks back at it, and looks at the panel again, all the while cradling her hand.
Okay, that's your turn.
Yep.
Just kidding. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, so
No.
what does Moxie want? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you're trying to indicate what it is
Yeah. Trying to
Does
figure out
Moxie wanna
what.
do anything else? Yeah.
No. I'm done.
Okay. But it feels like it's kind of a communication, right? It's like your attempt
Yeah,
to
she's
communicate without
attempting
actually
to
without using language.
words.
But
Yeah.
yes, without using words, yeah. Uh, this thing will 2 ghostly appendages, kinda looking like hands or claws, start reaching out towards Moxie. Is Cracker gonna use her action? Or
Has it
reaction?
touched her? Has it touched her yet?
You're waiting for it to touch her before you attack?
Well, because I don't know, because
Yeah, that's fine.
it hasn't shown super aggressive action. It's just, I mean, she touched it, although I didn't know that. Wait, I don't know that. All I know is she has a hurt hand and she's screaming and it's standing there. Yeah, okay. I'm probably gonna use my action.
Okay, I'm not saying you have to. I just wanna be clear
No,
because if you wait
yeah.
until it touches her, it'll, complete the attack first, and then you get to attack. If you're waiting
Right.
for it to start moving
was-
towards her.
I was pretty clear that my action is triggered by the
An
intent
attack.
to hurt, and it looks like an attack.
Okay, so just to be clear, it is moving slowly, but it is moving towards Moxie. So it's not like a
But it
super
hasn't
fast,
touched her yet.
violent.
Okay, I'm
Well,
gonna
I
I'm
just
gonna
wanna give you
wait.
I just
Yeah,
wanna
I'm
give
gonna
you the
wait.
chance to execute your reaction. So if you don't, that's gonna be it. That
Yeah,
was the trigger.
that was the
You're choosing
trigger,
not to.
and I'm
Okay.
choosing not to because it's not super fast or it doesn't look really intentionally dangerous. Not like they did before. They were fast before.
Yeah, they were attacking at normal speed.
Yeah.
Okay, so this thing will reach out its 2 hands, and you watch as the hands they're actually not like clawing, swiping actions. They're more like 2 hands with the palms. They're not up. The fingers are definitely pointing down, but it's open as opposed to the fingers pointing up, if you know what I mean. Almost like you were about to accept a basket, except you're gonna drop it. Does that make sense? And it kind of indicates to Moxie, it's almost like kind of slowly floating towards Moxie and about to enter Moxie's space.
Can I react and back up?
Yep, you can. This is your turn, technically. Okay. And we'll keep going for Orla's turn.
Okay, well, I also I mean, I see the same thing that Greco saw, plus I also know that Moxie actually touched, and that's how she got hurt.
Right.
Um, so I'm just gonna loudly say helm, and I'm gonna do a little bow to try to communicate with this thing.
Did you say helm?
Yeah, because that's what is Gnomish for hello,
Right.
and it's the only word in Gnomish that I know.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't invoking Helm, the god's name.
No.
Yep. Okay. Uh it turns to you and puts up one hand in what appears to be sort of a friendly gesture.
Can I wave back
Sure. Do a
and
little,
smile? And
a little.
smile to like look non-threatening.
How straight are Orla's teeth?
I mean, I think she would have tried to take care of them.
Yeah, let's roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 19.
Okay. It's gonna float over and on the handle that Moxie was reaching for, it's going to reach out and press the top button. Now, this is technically all Orla's turn, but we're going to just do this real quick. Three of you watch as this face suddenly moves out of the wall in front of the console or above the console and begins speaking in common. Greetings and welcome to the new model city. Cracker.
Oh. The hell's that? And I'm just gonna stand there.
No rage.
No rage.
Do you want to do anything?
No, I'm just watching what's going on.
Okay. Mira.
I'm going to try to follow the girl, so I'm going to go through the door and see if she's out there.
Okay. Move your token. She moves a lot faster than you do because she didn't have to go through the door. But she's already across and she's basically heading down here and disappears. See that?
Yeah. I'm going to yell for Dylan and say she's moving.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Now that I guess
Oops.
that's kind of a dash. So if you want, you can use more movement and step on the bridge, or you can wait until Dylan gets there and the rest of your party get back together.
I'm going
It's
to
up to you.
wait.
Yeah. Yoni's getting wise to the DM's moves. Dylan.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah. I'm kind of conflicted because our ghost was friendly and she went away. But I also heard that Moxie screamed.
Mm-hmm.
I know that
Yeah.
Cracker and Orla was looking for her, but I have no idea if they found her, if she's alone, if she's being attacked. So I think
Mm-hmm.
I think I am going to try and get to her. See, I think I can run. If I dash, I can get there. So
Yeah. Good. Perfect.
just
Okay.
do that.
All right. Everybody going off in different directions.
Yep.
Love it.
Violet
Super.
is stuck with her map.
Yeah. And button.
Yeah. Mm.
Hey, she can push him without Orla going off.
Hmm. Well, now that I'm all alone, I kind of like, I don't want to push them because what if like some enemy pops up or something? And I mean, she actually has in mind that maybe like they can push all the 4 buttons together, but she's alone, so yeah. So she tries to go after everyone, and it's a bit of a hassle because she's so big. Um, she does fit through the door, yes?
Yeah, you can squeeze through the door. So just to be clear,
Great.
there are 12 buttons. There are 3 buttons in front of each chair, so there's 12 altogether.
Oh, 12 buttons. Oh,
Yes,
a
each
lot of
chair has
buttons.
3 buttons. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I wanna, discuss that with the party. I mean, she does want to press it very badly, but um, she's gonna wait. She has patience, so she's
Okay.
gonna go here, I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
And the buttons are close
Yeah,
enough
I
that if you
think
really wanted
this.
to, you could press all 3 at one time
Mhm.
with one hand, so I'm
Great.
just saying. Okay.
Yes.
All right. This one will disappear. As it does so, the sounds of the hammering or music or whatever it is, they stop. This one stands there. The face that comes out of the wall says, "This instructional magic mouth has been provided in common for your convenience. Welcome, visitors. Do you have a query?" Any of you can respond
What does
in the
this
room.
panel do?
And there's a bit of light that starts to shine on each of the main component handles or levers. This controls the various cranes and claws. This one allows you to collect mined material and bring it to the work area. The cranes have a total capacity of 2,000 pounds each. Working full-time, they can harvest upwards of 20 tons a day.
Impressive.
And this one will look at Moxie and reach out for the one that for the handle that Moxie did not touch initially, and we'll start to pull it. And as he pulls it, or it pulls it, those of you who are out here by this crane see that the claw starts to come up,
Cool.
and a large chunk of rock, including some phase rests, is deposited right there next to it.
I'm just going to turn to Byleth and say, like, what the hell are they doing in there?
I don't know. We gotta find out.
I want to chase the girl.
I know. Okay.
Mira's not stupid. She's not going to go by herself. Well, she's kind of stupid, but not that stupid.
Yeah, well, Moxie's just young and naive. She doesn't know any better.
Kind of stupid, but not that stupid.
Not the brightest.
I
bulb
mean,
in
I
the
was
box.
licking up acidic jelly. I mean,
That's true.
Oh well.
All right. So Moxie, what do you want to do?
Well, can't grab onto the panel to pull myself up because my left hand doesn't work very well. Going to attempt to stand up, basically using my feet and the wall to get myself upright up off the floor. For starters. And then I'm assuming, can I see out this like murder hole next to the Lynn here to see what may have happened or no? Or can I even
Yeah.
see the Lynn?
Well, you can look out the murder hole, but as you can see from the angle of it, it's not.
Yeah.
It's kind of going out here. It seems to
Yeah.
be more of a. It's more. It doesn't seem to be designed so much for overseeing the work of the crane in this room, at least. It seems to
Mhm.
be designed to oversee this bridge, which has uh, a noticeable gate. It's another portcullis, but it seems to be in the permanently fixed down position.
Okay. Seeing that, just for giggles, I'm gonna ask the face in the wall if the door across the bridge opens. I don't know what it does, so like the face and whatnot. So
Mm-hmm.
does that make sense?
You mean this one?
Yes.
Portcullis? Oh.
Yeah.
Face
Or
sort of doesn't seem to respond.
okay.
Please restrict any queries to the use of mining equipment in the new model city. Security questions and other operational questions should be directed to the borough warden.
Can I ask where the borough warden is? Or is my turn over? I can end my turn here and not ask, and I'll wait.
Yeah, let's. Well, I'll, like really quickly, as you ask the question, the face says, "Please refer to the map room to find the borough warden."
Got it.
At which point, if Byleth was still in the room, the map would start glowing, which Byleth wouldn't see. But
Damn it.
should have just waited one more turn. Okay, Orla.
It's very nice to meet you, sir.
Who are you talking to? The face in the wall?
The face in the
Oh,
wall,
right.
yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's also nice to meet the other ghost. Because it didn't hurt us. So we have found another room. There's also panels like this one. Are there any other instructional magic mouths there, and how do we activate them?
Instructional magic mouths have been placed for your convenience in technical areas for showcasing the new model city's capabilities. Sensitive areas are restricted.
So how do we activate things like you? Do you have a symbol?
Any engineer of the new model city bearing the appropriate insignia may activate the instructional magic mouths. Please note the ones in this room, and you notice that this hovering creature suddenly has a little bright, almost pin that you couldn't see because it was floating in the middle of all this miasma, and it just suddenly brightens up and then fades back down again.
What does the pin look like? Is it?
It's hard to see through it. You can just see that there's like a little glow. It's almost like a little candle light in the dark mist. You'd have to either reach into it and get it or kill it,
Nope.
possibly. Or some other way.
Yeah, I think that's my turn.
Okay. Cracker?
I'm just watching this.
Eating
I don't know
popcorn.
what to ask. Eating popcorn.
Cracker's not going to rage, get damage
Huh.
resistance, and then reach into the thing and grab the pin.
Ha! No.
And you call yourself a barbarian.
Yeah, well, I'm not very learned, so I'm just like, yeah, these guys are just talking about whatever.
It's like science
She's a
class all over
barbarian
again.
that's smarter than the bards.
Well, that's not saying a whole lot, is it?
No,
Um,
not apparently not.
What's this button do? What's this button do? All right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Buttons.
Mira, your turn. Not to suggest anything, but Mira does notice that the crane looks like it is climbable. And funnily enough, if she just stood at the edge here, she might be able to just jump the rest of the distance.
Before I do that,
That one, your foot slips on impact and you fall off.
Mhm. This beautiful piece of crystal and rock has been brought up by the claw and is sitting there on the ground.
before I do anything, I would like
Mhm.
to memorize the song that just played.
Okay, sure. Let's have performance or history.
Let's do performance.
Mhm.
I'm a bard.
Yeah, fair enough. You can write down that you rolled a 13 to memorize the song.
Okay. And was that a full action?
I mean, what else did you want to do? It depends. I guess I would say so, but if you want to do something very simple, I mean, I've been pretty lenient this today.
I would just like to look at the shiny rock.
Yeah, if you want to investigate it, that'll be a bit too much because it does
Yeah.
take a lot. But it's obviously just upon general appearance, it looks very much like the stuff you can see lining the natural portion of this cavern, right? Maybe this one's a little bit shinier than some of the other bits that you can see.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
about the size of a small chest, which means it's very heavy. It's probably more heavy than you could carry because it's rock.
Okay, I might need to talk to Cracker.
Mm-hmm. Cracker's
Okay,
busy.
that's well, when she's done chit-chatting with the magic mouth that I don't know exists.
Exactly. All right. Dylan?
I am going to. Let's see. I'm gonna run up here, look in, don't see anyone. Run up here and look in the murder hole and just yell inside because I see kind of Moxie in there. Who are we killing? And just I'm preparing a produce flame in my hand, so I have it up as a light, but I'm not gonna cast it until I know what's happening. I'm just gonna
Okay.
put my head in and say, "Who are we killing?"
Very good. Okay. Lilith?
Um, yeah, because Byleth only heard the words or the word killing. She's also gonna rush over
I love
here.
you guys. I love how you guys are role playing this so well.
The whole ground shakes when Violet comes. Boom, boom, boom.
I'm just like, what's going on?
Just
I don't have.
topples over the edge from the shock.
I want to fight. I don't have much spell slots left, but I'm here. What's going on? I'm gonna look around, and I'm also gonna peek through the murder hole.
Okay. Yeah.
Here.
I mean, Byleth is a dragonborn, so she looks a little bit like a dinosaur. There's probably a glass of water somewhere that's rippling with the Jurassic Park theme song going off in the background. Very good. Okay, so the other one has disappeared into whatever this area is. This one is still here. The magic mouth is still here. Does anyone have any further questions for the instructional magic mouth?
I do not.
No.
Delin and Byleth are both close enough to hear this thing. And Delin can even see it on the wall through the murder hole.
maybe what's a burrow warden?
Please speak to the borough warden for additional answers to your operational questions.
What is it?
Self-referencing. A borough warden is somebody who is a warden of a borough. I'm doing that to role play the computer logic. Any other questions?
I'd like to jump off the cliff. No.
Okay. Slowest episode ever. Might have to throw in a combat just to make it exciting. Moxie.
We already had
Moxie.
a combat.
Okay.
Yeah, you had already combat.
All right. Looks at the ghostly figure in front of us, having seen the little glowy thing and listening to
Mhm.
Magic Mouth here on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Asks if it can operate the panels in the other room, like the ghost. Just because she doesn't know how else to communicate, because she can't see those panels. That's what she's going to ask it.
And Moxie's speaking in common, right? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes,
Moxie's
she's speaking common.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you respond.
That's okay.
I feel like this thing's not going to understand you. To this thing, it's probably just going to be like, wah, 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 wah.
Okay, so as it looks at her kind of confusedly, she's going to look at the panel, point at the wall behind Cracker, and find some way to, let's see here, kind of like place her arm out as if it's the wall and kind of motion to the other side of it with her good hand. Like pointing at the wall and then motioning to the other side and then pointing back at the panel again.
If this is not a game of charades, I don't know what is.
I like charades.
I feel like you should be good at it. So go ahead and roll performance, because basically that's what charades is, right?
Yes.
Okay. It looks at you and then turns and starts to float. And as it floats through Cracker,
Ugh.
Cracker takes 5 hit points of damage
Ow.
and then disappears through the wall.
All right. Well, I know I can't dash, but can I stagger this way and say back to the other room to the ladies?
You just hear a
I'm
sigh
assuming Dylan
from
and
Zelin from
Orla.
outside the moon. Oh.
Yeah, back to the other room.
All this aerobic exercise.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll at least sleep good tonight.
Yeah. Orla. What is Orla doing?
Okay, I know that. I mean, as far as I know, Byleth and the others are still in the room that the thing disappeared into. They'll just see a ghost come inside, float inside. That looked terrifying. So I'm gonna stand close. If I yelled at like a normal yelling voice, would that be audible in the other room?
Sure. I mean, if you're
Um,
really yelling, absolutely you can hear each other.
Okay, so I'm really yelling, like, don't attack this thing, it's trying to help us.
Very good.
Because I think the others are in there.
Yeah.
I respond through the mirror. We are here. We're on this side.
We're behind you.
We're behind you.
Very good. Cracker?
All right. So I'm coming out and I go to here and I say to Dylan, tell everybody not to let it touch you.
Yeah.
Because I'm visibly hurt. Like I am blooded.
Yeah,
or
you're
whatever.
like, are you bloody now?
I'm-
Is Cracker bloody now? Okay.
Well, I'm just right at half health, so
Yeah. Scratches,
yeah.
chapped lips,
I'm clutching my chest. Feel
Right.
a little bit clamped.
a
At
little
least her
verklempt,
fingernails aren't about to fall off.
split ends everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mira.
Well, she's getting impatient. And she looks over, like, she can see Byleth. And she's like, what the hell are they doing in there?
I'm so bored. Ah!
Like, it's getting harder and harder for me not to just jump this bridge.
All right. So what do
Byleth?
you? What is Mira doing?
Does Byleth answer?
Oh, you're actually asking Byleth. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Laura, does Byleth answer?
About what we're gonna do?
What are they doing in there?
Oh, what are they doing? Well, I don't see many things. There's a weird face and another panel, but I don't know. It seems like they're just standing there, but well, I don't think there's much going on there, to be honest. Nobody's killing nobody, like the Lynn said. And I'm gonna look.
A weird face? Are you sure that's not just a Lynn?
Ooh, wow.
Wouldn't be fighting words.
Most powerful member of the party. Starting
Mira
trouble.
doesn't know that.
Okay. Yeah, anything else between you two? Mira,
I'm just
quick
going to start
response?
stomping. Yeah, I'm just going to start stomping my feet, just impatiently.
Seen people actually do that. I can't believe it. I thought they were joking. Unbelievable. Dylan.
Sitting there with arms crossed, tapping her foot, looking at her watch, like mom waiting for the kids to like get their butt in the car.
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess I have to dash back. Okay. I am. But
Well, if nobody's gonna attack anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm first and foremost. I'm going to hit Cracker with a healing word.
Uh-huh.
Seeing that she doesn't heal too well at the level 3.
Wow.
That's 8 plus 6.
14. Nice.
And
Yeah, Cracker gets 14 hit points back. Nice job.
Oof, thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm going to bye. And I'm going to dash.
Okay. Byleth.
I think just I see Cracker and I'm just gonna go up to her. And I'm gonna go up to her and ask like, what's going on? What's with the ghost? And why shouldn't we touch that? Can we even fight that when ghost's evil?
Can I respond or do I wait?
No, yeah. Go ahead and respond.
Okay. It's gonna show us how to use those panels so you can press all the buttons you want.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, intriguing. Then I better go follow the Lynn. And and then I'm gonna go and also dash
Cool.
like to here.
Okay. So just to speed things up a little, is anybody going to talk to the magic mouth in this room anymore? Or are you guys all going into this room?
Can I?
I
I
think
mean,
we're all
I'd like to
going
say
this
thank
way.
you.
Okay, so Moxie, you go
Polite.
first then.
Okay. Moxie's going to, I guess. Let's see here. Find my little distance thingy.
If you're just going to move, we can do that. I can put everybody in the other room.
Okay. Well, then I'll just put myself over there since it's.
Okay. And Orla, you wanted to say thank you to the Magic Mouth?
Yes.
All right. Oh,
And also,
Byleth sat
if-
on you. Sorry.
If
I
we're
was gonna
moving,
say
I'm
I don't want. I
sorry.
don't. I don't want Byleth on my head.
if we're moving,
My
I'd like
arm
to
already hurts.
reach like I'd like to actually maybe kind of just grasp Moxie's arm
I'm
to like
Oh, okay. So which arm are you grabbing?
the one that looks healthy.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not like trying to hurt you. I'm just trying to keep you from running off or doing whatever.
Well,
Mhm.
that I was just asking which arm because that would determine the reaction. So
Mm-hmm.
The
Okay.
it's a good arm then. Got it.
Right. So you guys are all together. You're standing around while this thing waits, hovering patiently or impatiently. If it had feet, maybe it'd be tapping them. What do you guys want? We'll be out of initiative here since you guys are definitely not fighting, it sounds like, and you're all together again, so it's nice and safe. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to ask it something or?
I just want to tell the others, like, hey, there was this girl who ran over that bridge in the southwest, and I think we should follow her.
Well,
I also want to say there are buttons under this table. I want to push, but
well,
I don't know.
let's talk to this ghost first and see what he knows about the buttons in this room, and then we have to try and rest soon before we pursue any ghosts or
Mhm.
anything.
Agree.
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to say that
That
the
makes
little girl had a magic amulet, by the way.
Yeah.
And you really want it.
I mean, for my collection.
Moxie's gonna kind of yank her arm away from Orla, and kind of
Stolen
glare at
magical
her,
amulets.
and then look back at the ghost, kind of point at the wall, point at her face, and then point at the panel with a questioning look on her face
Okay.
to see. Do I need a performance on that one again? Or is
Sorry,
my charades good enough?
you want to get it to point at the panel to just do something specific or?
Well, like the face in the other room that was on the wall. That was the whole point of coming in here. So she's gonna
Mhm.
point at the wall,
Mm-hmm.
point at her face
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with a
Okay.
questioning look on her face to figure out, and then point at the paneling in front of her to see if it figures out what she's trying to insinuate, since it obviously doesn't understand her speech.
Yep. Go ahead and roll performance with advantage since you guys are developing an unspoken language, little ad hoc sign language. Yeah. And suddenly the little thing brightens up inside the floating ball of dark negative energy, and a face similar to the other one appears. Security interface available.
Jesus Christ, what is that?
Who's Jesus
Did it say
Christ?
security?
I know, it's just a character from some play I watched.
It's a friendly thing. It speaks common and it can like basically tell us what buttons do what, so we don't randomly press any without knowing what we're doing.
Exactly.
I
Is
mean,
that
we
what
did
Jesus
pretty
Christ
well
is?
so far. Jesus Christ
The
is
New
a character I
Testament
saw in a play.
distilled into a basic instructional video. Okay, yeah. Who wants to speak to this thing?
Mira
It
would
did say
just like to
security. Yep.
Okay, thank
Mira
you.
would
I
just like to poke the face.
don't poke
It
the
doesn't
face.
respond to your poking it. It is actually the wall, and as you poke it, you realize it's actually an illusion of the wall, of the face coming out of the wall in the same texture as the wall itself, but it actually doesn't exist. The wall is just the wall back there.
Weird.
Can I ask it something?
Sure.
I picked up an amulet and a ring with a star symbol that I guess is Smooth Hands. And I'm going to hold up the amulet and ask if is this the insignia we need to activate you in the other rooms?
The amulet and the ring both glow, and the face in the wall says security insignia recognized. Welcome back, engineer.
Thank you. I'm gonna put it on on top of my amulet of Asmodeus.
Nice. Let's hope they get along.
Yep.
Yes, it recognizes your insignia, and as you put on the ring, it's actually quite cold. It feels colder than it should, considering it's metal and it's been sitting in your pocket. It feels like a very cold stone, basically. All right. What else do you guys want to do?
Ask away.
The big red button do. Moxie just blurts out of nowhere.
Emergency
Seriously?
security protocols will activate upon depressing the primary defensive activation button.
So we need to insult a button.
Has the button ever been pressed?
There have been 3 test drills of security protocols.
But never used for its intended purpose.
Security protocol is currently active.
Ah.
Yeah, but we just pushed it.
I didn't push a button. I just asked what it did.
Yeah, but Mira did. She pushed red
Of
button.
course.
She hides behind Cracker.
Is she gonna fit in that tiny space?
She will have to.
What does the security protocol do?
Security protocol isolates new model city from outside unwanted intrusion, physical and magical.
How do we deactivate it?
The activation of the security protocol requires depressing the large red security button.
Okay, again.
As well as the proper ritual within the temple of Smooth Hands. Security protocols will automatically end upon completion of usage of fuel in the Feyer's Rest engine.
Okay, so 2 options to turn it off. We need to turn it off before we get out, or we can't get out. It's a total lockdown.
Mm-hmm. So we're currently in lockdown.
Yep.
So can we get to the old city while the security protocol is active? Or does it prevent us from leaving?
A new model city was built as a final bastion against incursions of Blingdenstone General.
How do we turn off the phasers? How do we deactivate the phasers?
Please restate your query.
Deactivate phasers? How?
That's Rebecca channeling Yoda. Phaserus engine. You suspect that you're using the wrong terminology.
Shiny crystal things. Deactivate.
So the Phaserus, just to be clear, is the crystal itself. Is that what you mean? Do you mean the actual crystal, all the crystalline stuff attached to the natural cavern around this central area? Is that what you're referring to?
Sorry, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you, Rebecca.
Ah, I thought you were talking to.
I'm not role playing. I'm
Someone.
actually asking you, just to
Ah.
be clear, the Phaserus is the mineral
Yeah.
that has magical properties, and it's laced. A lot of the rocks around here are laced with it. That's why they're these purple crystalline structures.
Mhm.
There was an electrical surge at one point when somebody pressed the button that went through all of the Phaserus around here. If that's what you're referring to,
I
or
refer to like episode before when someone pressed the button and it said there was a humming and the phase was started going and said phase was activated. So I would like to like redo that and like make
Mhm.
that deactivate that.
Okay. The anti-magical teleportation intrusion protection system is currently active, powered by the General Phaserus. Deactivation will require the proper ritual in the Temple of Smooth Hands and application of the correct engineering insignia for the Phaserus engine. Alternatively, the Phaserus engine will cease operation once fuel is consumed.
How much fuel is in it? Moxie blurts
Quantity
at
of
him nowhere.
quantity of fuel in the Phaserus engine is unknown. Engineers must assess in person.
How do we get to the engine?
The Phaserus engine is a separate device and is not linked to the general security protocols of the new model city.
Gotcha.
I'd like to try something else. Deactivate all traps.
Please press this button using your insignia. And a button lights up on the panel.
Who's got the insignia? I think Dylan.
Yes.
Dylan does.
I'm gonna kind of make my way through and push the button.
Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me.
Excuse me, coming through, coming through.
Watch the arm.
The ghost floats away.
Bye, my friend. Thank you.
It's still standing there. It just moves out of the way for Dylan.
Move over here. Behind my ghosty friend.
You hear a series of clunks and snaps and whirs and grinding sounds like stone and steel together. New Model City physical traps and defensive measures have been deactivated. Magical anti-teleportation shield still active.
No more traps that bards can run into.
Aww.
Where
Never
is
heard
the
somebody so
temple?
upset about that.
Sarcastic. Aww.
The
Where is-
Temple of Smooth Hands is located on level 1, southeast corner.
Can we see it on the map? She asks.
Which map are you referring to?
The one on the table that she points to.
As you say this, the map glows briefly. And reveals a section that you hadn't previously seen.
Are there?
And it is down here. Hang on. I just want to make sure I haven't left anything on there that you're not supposed to see.
Uh-huh.
Not that there would be any ghosts or
Oh, no, of course.
anything.
But was that hidden on the map as well? Which
Hmm?
was it hidden on the map, or is it just glowing the part? Or
Yeah,
did
it wasn't hidden,
Okay.
but it's now the location is now being
Yep.
specified for you. So this is the bit. Before I didn't reveal it, I showed it to you briefly before Byleth completed the tracing. But now you can see that this is the actual location of the temple.
Okay.
Technically, you can see all the rooms. So I should actually reveal the whole map to you. I'll do that after today's session.
Well, I guess we're doing a ritual then.
What do the buttons under the table do? Because Byleth did tell us about them.
The interactive map will allow new model city defenders to see the location of unwanted intruders and recognize the location of engineers. Don't press the third button.
Now I want to press the third button.
Ola jumps you.
Orla's like
Let go!
anti-button now.
Stop it! Let go! Get that out! Let go of that!
Fest.
I'm just going to ask the magic mouth, how do you track engineers?
Engineers are tracked using the qualified engineer insignia.
Okay, so they could be dead.
Probably that.
Is there a large, like, conglomeration of said insignias somewhere on the map?
Yes. Now that you press the button, there are a whole bunch in the temple.
Oh, yay.
Okay, so they were all in there.
That can only mean good things.
Yeah.
There are also a scattering of these signals as well on what you know as level 2. But
Okay,
it doesn't mean anything to you, so I won't show them exactly. But they're just random locations.
But there
to you.
isn't like on the second level, not knowing anything, there isn't like a cluster of them in a specific location on the map. They're just kind of spread out.
Yep. The only place that's got like a specific cluster is in the temple.
Okay. Got it.
But,
Thank you.
But that was a very good question. Very smart. Well done.
I mean, they're not all bad. They could help us with the ritual.
Yeah.
Can I ask the mouth face, whatever, magic mouth, magic mic,
Slightly rude. Starts
how
doing a
to
lap dance
perform-
in front of mirror.
I mean, there's a reason why they call it the magic mouth.
Wow. Oh my god.
I was waiting for that one. I just didn't say anything.
That didn't even occur to me.
Wow. Seriously.
Yeah. Okay, sorry,
Bard's on the
Yoni.
same wavelength. Anywho, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, bards. How to perform the ritual.
At this point, the magic mouth, instead of looking just sort of placid and completely emotionless and automata, it actually, in sort of staring straight out, not seeing anybody in front of it, it actually looks at Mira. And it looks angry. Qualified engineers and priests of Smooth Hands would know the ritual.
I thought you
Interface
were a
ended.
robot.
Before
And
Mira.
it disappears.
Well, can we just press the button again and it resets? Like turning it on and off?
No, it seems to suspect you're not actually the engineers.
I mean, I never went to college.
You didn't
No,
go to
Bard
Bard school?
college. I did go to Bard school, but it's like art school. There's no engineers at art school.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to do anything?
I want to do
Well, there's
mind.
nothing left to
long
do
rest.
now, I guess.
Yeah,
Mm,
Like, I think, yeah, resting is a good idea now.
yeah. And I just want
Mhm.
to do a mind link with the ghost. If it's
Mm-hmm.
in there, and just ask if is there anything else that we can do for you.
The ghost will respond telepathically. Temple has been defiled. Rededicate the temple. And activate this resurrection. And at this point, it disappears. And as it does so, it drops a small amulet similar to the one that Dylan already has.
He's gonna kneel down and pick it up.
Okay. Unless Dylan wanted to take it since she was the one interacting with it.
And have two. Just suddenly, I just keep putting them on. And
I don't know. You guys like a bunch of Mardi Gras beads.
yeah. No, someone else can have it. I'm okay.
All right.
He has one now.
Well, I did lose one when we were in with Kirensli. She took my Cyric one. Because Cyric and
Yes.
Asmodeus didn't go too well together.
That's right.
And she didn't like it. She took it. Took my bling. Guess a long rest is in order.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm. Close the
All right.
doors.
Don't forget, when you guys take your long rest, those of you who are still level 1 can finally actually use all of your level 2 abilities. Hopefully you haven't accidentally been doing that, but it's all right. Yeah, we'll pick it up next week, I guess. Unless there's anything else.
Next
Well,
week.
I mean,
Does
if we
Moxie's
want
hand
to
actually
sleep,
fall off. Sorry,
I'd like-
Rebecca.
I'd like to use thaumaturgy to slam the door shut.
Okay. Wham.
That's all.
Okay. Yeah. Success. Very good. Sorry
was
there,
fun.
Yvonne. There was nothing to
Oh no. We'll
nothing,
set a watch.
nothing to hack
and-
at. Yep. But you guys did get some more jewelry.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I guess on that note, I'll see you guys next week then.
Yes.
Bye.
Sounds like a plan.
Bye-bye.
Good.
Have a
Okay.
good
Alright.
week, ladies.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye.